Hey, I'm Fern.
I'm Owen.
I'm Kyle. I'm Adel.
I'm Steve.
I'm Pom. I'm Andrew.
We are the Foes of Fern. All right, so the band met, I guess, whenever Pom and I met back in 6th grade. We've done a bunch of bands since then. We started a record label together, and once an old band of our Aracuda ended, we decided to, work on a project that can go on as long as Pom and I are interested in fueling it. And these guys are gonna all go one at a time and say how I trapped them into this project.
So I had the honor of being the drummer of Aracuda when Aracuda dissolved and sort of morphed into the Foes of Fern. And that was in like 2016?
You joined about end of 2015, 2016.
End of 2016, and sort of grew into the Foes of Fern. And I've been in and out ever since, and it's been wonderful.
He has to say that.
No, I
All right, Kyle?
So Fern ended up connecting with a buddy of mine from high school to do his Ghost video. My buddy Rob Ciano directed Ghosts, and throughout that project, I basically forced my way in via Rob.
Pretty
And
accurate.
I play trumpet. Basically 4 horns for this guy now.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yes.
All right, so I met Fern and Joe. I actually went to high school with them. And I've always had my friends in their bands, so I'd go to their shows, whether it's Aracuda or the Foes, I'd always go to their shows. And then also I worked for the label Telegraph Records, so always around doing work for them. And then it was inevitable to join the Foes, basically. So
It's part of it.
I met Fern through Victoria Lawrence, the tuba player. I actually go back with her to high school, and one day she reached out to me, said that I should play or hop up for one of the songs, and it's been history ever since. And I believe the first show was the Jackson Pine Lodge.
Jackson Pines, July 2018?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
We have a good photo series for that one.
I met Fern in math class,
Yeah, he did.
and he was playing guitar for Halloween,
Yeah.
and said, "You want to be in a band?"
Yep.
And here we are,
20 years later.
20 years later.
Is that a costume?
I just brought my guitar. I had a guitar that had like an amp built into it, and I came as a guitar player. I just wore a leather jacket and I brought a guitar and I like strummed the G chord like a bunch because it was
Just
6th
in the
grade.
back
Every
as
day
we
is
walked
Halloween
in
for you
in
now.
between
Yeah.
classes.
And Pom came in as a songwriter. He brought like this whole folder of songs that he told me he wrote, and it was just his like uncle's original songs. There was like 100 of them, but I didn't know this for like 2 years. Andrew's.
That's pretty good. I met Fern at a chess tournament at the Inkwell
Yes, he did.
open mic. He whooped my ass while he was on his phone, whooping other people's asses, and he released a video for Sunday, I think?
Sunday. Yeah.
And I messaged you, I was like, oh, hey, I play trombone. I'd like to get involved in this. And then I'd start out like just recording, and then I started actually being in the band after that. So that's how I got roped into this. I tried to get out, but I got dragged back in.
Yeah, he left for a year, and then I was like, Andrew, can you please come back? And he was like, no. And then he was at the show.
It's actually Victoria.
Yeah.
I think Fern convinced him it was a ska band.
No, stop it. Stop it. No. Thank you. So that is how all these guys met me in the project. But the way it works is I call it an open door policy. The door is open to walk in and walk out of. So I've had plenty of drummers, plenty of bass people, plenty of bass players, horn players, background singers, songwriters. Like, I just love the collective energy that we get. And when people have time to be creative with us, they come into the project. When they gotta go and do their own things, they can do that. But the door is always there, and as long as I have Pom to record me, we will always be playing shows, as long as I'm alive too. Other members that are not here will be Jessie McCormick, working nickname Mr. Cool Whip, but they don't like that, so we'll figure what happens there. We also have Joshua Van Ness, who's been doing a lot of congas and timbales, Andrew Oliva playing the drums, Matt Honold on trumpet, who else? Oh, Dave Chiesa, who plays bass, Matt Raspanti also playing bass, sometimes guitar, Victoria Lawrence up in Chatham, New York right now. She played the tuba, Victoria Romano on the violin, and Michael Scolace on the clarinet. Did I miss anything?
I think that's it. Nailed it.
Yeah, but there's also plenty of people that have been a part of it, and just if you've ever filmed us, if you ever taken pictures of us, if you ever jumped on stage to sing with us, just thank you. It's been awesome, really. It's been a great way to spend, I would say, 20% of the week. The other 80% is on some bullshit, but that's some good 20%. Previous names would just be like all like the random bands I was in. So before the Foes of Fern, there was this brief section of something called the Porch Collective. That would be a previous name. We went by the name Dave for a while. We thought it was funny just to be Dave.
Dave Javu.
Like nobody in the band name was Dave. There was Terminal, there was Category 5, Seventh Sound. Aracuda was a different project with a lot of the same members. The Burns, a separate project which I wrote for, which Christy Brow still will hang out with us sometimes. But the Foes of Fern, I just wanted my solo project to have my name in it. So I went with putting my name in it, and then I wanted there to be a lot of other people involved. But Fern and Friends just sounded really bad. So I was reading a lot of Game of Thrones at the time. And there was just saying the word foes in Game of Thrones always. So I just went with the Foes of Fern instead of Foes and Friends. No, instead of Fern and Friends. Yeah.
What about Faux Fighters?
Faux
Is that a good one
Fighters.
we could do?
We want to be a Foo Fighters cover band and just be Faux Fighters one day. That's
our highest goal.
That's our highest idea. Like the top idea.
The most high idea that we have.
The idea that is the tallest.
It's very high
very up.
on the list.
There's a list of ideas. It's run by Matt Raspanti. So
All right. Yeah, Matt Raspanti keeps the list together.
yes, he does. I would love just to have a mansion one day and it's just everyone in the band and we just film videos of our everyday life. But I don't know, I'm holding up in the pandemic okay.
Yeah, I'm also all right, like everybody else. It's been a really big adjustment over the past year, but I'm glad we're able to do this.
Yeah, this is cool.
It breaks up the time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially playing the carousel, that whole thing you guys set up, that was rad. Anytime we get to do anything now, I'm just more appreciative of it. Before it was like, all right, we're going to the yacht club, we're going to Saint, we're going hitting the roads, John Peters, like we're playing the circuit and it's fun. But now when I get back into those venues, even if it's like just for the stream stuff, I'm just more appreciative to be inside there and just remember like, oh, there was a time where I would play music all the time. And now I just work during the day and I read fantasy novels. Still, more Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's kind of like before everything was like, oh, I have to go to the Saint tonight, and I have to go there, and I have to go here, and I have to go here, and now there isn't as much stuff, so it's like, it feels more like I get to go
Yes.
do this now, which is really, really great.
And we get to go and record in the studio, and we get to work on our second album, which is going to be done way quicker than the first one. So it's like, yeah, there's been a lot of gifts during the pandemic and a lot of bad. But a gift would be just appreciating the people, the time, and the project.
I mean, how we had to practice actually was different. We would break up practices because the band is so big, or we'd have different sections practicing. It actually helped us hone in on different parts, and it's hard to have like 14 people practicing at the same time and hear something that's not right or something that could be changed. So it's actually been kind of a blessing having to practice in that way.
We also had a lot of practices at the studio, which have been really cool for me because I've been able to hear that live sound and capture that then when we're actually hitting the new tracks. And where we're not able to play them out live, like we're actually still like capturing the energy of everyone playing off each other together and kind of pushing it out still. In a way we can make it this under the circumstances.
Yeah, it's been cool getting to rehearse in the studio, and then you just throw up a couple mics and you have a pretty decent recording. And like, I would have a practice just with Owen, Joshua, Matt, and Andrew, so we're just focusing on the drums, and then we have just the horn practice, and then there's just the vocal practice. And some of these streams, like, we don't all are ever in the same room together. So like, today, I'm pretty sure Karina, who was singing for us, she met Dave for the first time today. So they're like, people are like meeting each other that have been practicing for like weeks and like working with me, but they're meeting for each other for the first time at the show. So it's been a lot of fun getting creative in that aspect. Yeah.
We should set up Foes Network.
It's called Slack. Can everyone in the band just download Slack?
Slack's not gonna happen. Stop trying to make Slack happen.
We have an Instagram chat. If you want to be in the Instagram chat, I think Brian Erickson.
Brian Erickson did it.
He's the first one to read.
He sang vocals in one song.
He sang vocals on one song, and he played keys on Time Management.
That's right.
He never responds in the group chat, but he sees everything.
He'll
pops
show up to one show, but
yeah, maybe. But if you want to be in the Foes of Fern group chat, you just have to join our Patreon, and then you can just Venmo us all your money, and you could be in our group chat.
Only Foes?
You'll have a notification.
Yeah, we are thinking of making an OnlyFoes account instead of OnlyFans account, where you Venmo us money, and we haven't figured out what we would do yet.
But the first step is get your money.
First step is to get the money.
That's what we want.
For sure.
We want your money. We will give you something later.
Yeah, but we're trying to film music videos. We're trying to get the second album done and just keep on doing cool shit. So, sorry, cut. Just doing cool stuff and cut. You don't have to actually cut during the interview, but that's fine.
I think he knows what he's doing.
I think he's fine. Yeah, he's just rolling.
Does it?
Cut.
Yeah, but like, we got live streams, we got shows coming up. We're working on the horn section, which just keeps on building. I want to one day be a full orchestra. I want there to be more than one string player. I want there to be a whole backing band. And I don't know, I like also doing the skits. So we've been filming commercials and a little more like promo videos. I like doing it all. It's just fun. Like, it gives me a reason to wake up in the morning and instead of going to work. That's one reason I have to wake up. No, this is not my therapist. You are not my therapist.
Do you want to talk? Is there anything? Sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Matthew Fernicola, and we are the Foes of Fern. So yeah, We Star. Our first show with We Star was at the House of Independence. It was with Waiting on Mongo and Rachel and Dawkins, and that was sick. I even think Bruce from Waiting on Mongo jumped up and played with us, which is awesome because he's the trumpet player on Bike Song and a couple other songs on the album. But everyone here besides these two were at that show. So because of the House of Independence show, we were able to go to the Carousel and track 2 songs, which for us was rad because we're singing Ocean, and we sing that song all the time, and like there's actual reverb in the room, and it sounds like a big old choir, and like we're right by the beach, so there was just a lot of fun energy from that session. And I don't know, the drums in that room was just so hot, and it was just like nice and like loud and punching, and it was just a cool room to play in. We've played in a lot of different spaces, and that one just had the most natural, cool sound that we've got to experience. Besides like being selfish and just getting awesome things working with We Star, like the show at the House of Independence, which benefited for Interfaith Neighbors, and then the show at the Carousel, which was benefit for Asbury Park Dinner Table, we get to raise money for 2 charities like that and give back to the community instead of us just taking everything for ourselves, which is nice to change it up. So I hope that people watching now, even though those shows are over, if you can maybe donate a little bit to those 2 causes. They're doing both great work in the community. Sweet. So the second song that we're putting out with We Star from the Carousel is The Monkey. And that song's fun because everyone here gets to do like a percussion trade-off, and then we have like the trombone trade-off and the sax trade-offs and all the vocals going. That originally was the song that we kind of like, I don't know, we really didn't play it too much for a while. We would, but like once the full band kind of was brought into the fold, I just realized it was a good one for backing vocals, extra percussion and extra horns and everything. So like, it's fun because we get to experiment as a big band, and then we can kind of like cut back and play more of our like rockin' songs, and then bring it back to like the grand finale of the last song at the set, where everyone's back up on stage and everything. So I don't know, songs like The Monkey, which originally weren't going to be doing much for us, like I've realized it has a lot of potential. Any new band members? Yeah, who wants to join? I think there's going to start to be a little bit of an interview process going forward, maybe, because I think we're doing really well right now. So if you want to join, send us your clips. The numbers are up right now. We're kind of close to capacity.
Not a lot of stages we can fit on.
No stages you can fit on. Yeah, the last show we did, we just cut the band in half. So we had 2 different sets with like half the band, which was a lot of fun.
It's just gonna multiply.
But I don't know, what would you guys want to do next? Like, I'm always telling them what to do. Like, if you guys had to choose, what would you want to do next?
I would like to play Red Rocks.
Red Rocks.
Yeah.
In Red Bank.
No, in Colorado.
In Colorado.
No, in Colorado.
Isn't that place called Red Rocks?
Yeah, it's like literally there's a giant red rock. There's other venues outside of Asbury, but the best ones are in Asbury, but there's other places too.
Okay, so you want to go to Colorado.
I want to go to Colorado. It's a cool place.
Tom, what do you want to do?
That one.
Okay, he's going to Colorado. Steve, what are we doing?
What about the SoCal tour we talked about?
Oh, but right when quarantine started.
Yeah.
When quarantine started, we were like, this is good. We're going to have a month locked in so we can plan our California tour. I'm like calling venues like, hey, this is going to be over in a couple weeks. Let us in. We're going to drive up to Cali. Everyone's like, it might be more than a couple weeks, dude. I don't think we can book you yet. But yeah, so we're excited to go to California and play a tour whenever that happens. Adel, what are you excited for?
Hopefully we can one day play in New Orleans.
New Orleans would be sick. I think we all just want to hit the road and play. That's always been like a main goal for doing this. Is we want to, we love Jersey, but we want to get out of Jersey to mix Jersey, and then come back and have like a big old show when we get back. Kyle, what do you want to do?
I mean, I would love to get back on the road. It feels like the old drum corps days for me.
Drum corps days. Wow. Okay.
It reminds me of marching band a lot of
bus.
project.
All right, I'm
Different
not,
venue each week.
maybe
every
we'll
day.
do a show with the Ocean F Stompers, and we'll just like march together somewhere one day.
I'll text
Oh,
you.
you close us out. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna break from the path a little bit. I'm excited to record more.
Hey.
I've really discovered my love of recording. Not only the drums, but just building songs from the ground up. It's been a really cool process, especially
Yeah.
with the Foes, whether I'm playing drums or percussion. It's always really fun to go back and
Studio time has been really good, especially because like Pom's like just doing it for us, so we can layer and layer and layer, and then Pom's like, just stop already. But we throw it all on, and then he's the poor soul that has to mix it.
It's good because we get to decide if we want to do triplets or duplets now.
Triplets are the last time we were in the studio was 1 a.m. and I was playing this thing, and I was nerding out because they were telling me to play triplets, but the song was already in 3. So what they really wanted was 2 over 3, which is called duplets, so whatever. But
Fern's gonna start a music theory channel soon.
It's called Theory with Fern. I made 1 episode.
Theory and Tea
It's
Time.
Theory and Tea Time with Fern. Yeah, I created a TikTok, and the first episode was just 30 seconds on what a 145 is.
Oh, can I change mine to I look forward to seeing Fern's TikTok?
I am going to delete TikTok. I made 1 video. It is not for me. Like, I do not want it at all.
TikTok is for our age group now.
I don't think so.
It is. The top trending things are like millennial things. It's not like kids eating Tide Pods anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's like baking.
So where are those young kids going now? We took
The young kids are going to the streets,
the
like
streets.
they've always done.
Okay. So we took TikTok away from the youths, and now what are the youths? The youth is they're just in the streets.
Yeah, I don't know. They're in school or something. They're in online school. I feel bad for kids now.
Yeah, I would
to be online school.
Especially because we're still just overgrown kids playing
Yeah.
music all the time, and they don't get to be undergrown kids. That's not cool.
I would never want to be an undergrown kid.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, well, Foes of Fern.
Can we do that after every question?
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, we just deleted our TikTok in the middle of this video, so please do not follow us on TikTok
At Foes of Fern.
at Foes of Fern TikTok. But we are on Spotify, which is cool for us, and Apple Music, and Instagram, and YouTube, and we're gonna do a lot of music, and we're gonna do a lot of commercial content. Hopefully, do a couple more streams with you guys with the We Star team. I think we're going to AC. Can I say that? All right, the
Borat.
next thing that you can catch with us, we're going to be heading to AC with We Star, and Owens got the details.
It's the Monopoly City Music Series at the Boret in the Bronx.
Yeah, it's with Fortune Web Marketing Company also. It's going to be sick. Hopefully, we can have some people in attendance. I think that's the plan. But if you're at home and you want to stay home, tune in, watch the show, and give us those sweet, sweet likes and comments, because I'm vain. So vain. Those are
Bet you think this song is about you.
Big thank you to Madison, Marquette, Chris, and Jason for getting us into the Carousel. Currently our favorite venue in Asbury, so get us back in there, please.
I want to thank Jen and Pork Chop from the Wooden Wall Project for sharing all their artwork during our performance during the Carousel series. Wonderful work.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Adel. All right, you can remember stuff. All right, take this home, Adel.
Those watching, that if Dave decides to keep this in the interview, that one plug took us like 7 takes. I just want you to know.
Is
that.
this not live? I thought this was live.
Cut the stream! And then the first, the middle, the be-all, the everything, the Joe Palm for capturing the audio during the Carousel set, for capturing the audio for the other We Star performances, for the other Telegraph performances, for capturing the audio in our 6th grade Battle of the Bands that we did and we lost. Thank you for all that, Palm.
We won.
We won. Foes of Fern. The awesome thing with partnering with We Star at the Carousel is they actually introduced me to Asbury Park Dinner Table. And it's pretty sick what they're doing. They're taking in donations and they're using that money to support the local businesses, the local restaurants in Asbury. And then that food goes to people in need. So it's really a win-win. And I think it's really great to be partnering with them. And if you're watching the show tomorrow, which will be aired maybe tomorrow, then hopefully you consider donating to them. So all of us foes that are here and all of us that are wherever, I think Jesse's at home taking a nap. That's where they are. But all of us want to thank Restar for bringing us into the House of Independence, for bringing us into the Carousel. And just know that if you're watching this now, they are a nonprofit and they are taking donations to keep the arts alive in Asbury. It's been a year of this pandemic, and it's been crazy trying to continue to do music, continue to do art during it. And companies like Restar make it cool to make it happen. So thank you. Find us online. Or don't. If you're not going to find us, maybe check out another Asbury band. Hey, so if this interview has scared you from us as a band, just know that we are just one of hundreds of different Asbury Park bands. Check out the other Restart series from the Carousel stuff. Check out the other Telegraph bands, or just check out anyone that says they're a local New Jersey musician, because there's some really, really cool stuff happening here. But not what we're doing.
That's good.
That's good.
We look forward to maybe seeing you at a show.
We look forward to you down liking this video.
Thanks for having us on this live stream.
Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
It's a cold.
It's a cold. It's a cold.
Okay. Help.